New Zealand USD, we start with the daily chart and analyze the chart for the next week. Okay, as we can see, based on daily chart, we are still within this move. Okay, there is no much changes. No one is, I mean, we don't have any information based on daily chart. In this case, we move to lower time frame. We see how we can trade it. Okay, based on forward chart, I mean, next week we need to look into this move and see whether this is the start of the down move or we can expect the price move higher. If the price move higher, whether this one can move and continue and to break this top, or the price can come to this high before it drop. Okay, why? Because we want to see how we can look into this. Okay, first, if you want to look into this correction, that means we want to put in this one in relative to this. Okay, for this correction in relative to this. In that case, we will have both two options. Whether the price, if we look at this, that means this is the start of the down move. And the another option, if you're looking for this correction, is that may the price, we have this correction, the price can reverse, break the top. In that time, we have a different type of the flat, and the price from there can reverse, drop. Okay, that means if you want to look into this correction, we have two options. Whether this is the one is going to drop, in that case, we have this type of the flat, and the another one is the price from this correction, we can get one move up to break this top. Then we will have expanding flat for the next move down. Okay, and the another one is May, this is the only correction and this is the start of the down move. If we refer back to my last video analysis, we have this one. And when the price was here, we were looking for the up move. This is what we get. Okay, now what we want to know, whether this one can continue and break this low, or we will have a correction here for the continuation for the up move. In this case, we move to lower time frame. We see how we can trade it. Okay, first, if you want to look for sell, I mean, when the next week, if we get a correction here, we look for sell. That means if the prices start to correct here, we will look for sell. Because we just now explained the different option, which one came, I mean, based on forward chart. Okay, anyway, if we want to start, we look for sell, we need to get the correction here. How about if this is the only correction and the price can drop? It depends when the market open. Okay, whether we can have entry below this or not, we cannot talk right now. We need to wait when the market open. Then from there we can make a decision. But for sell, we need first, based on what we have right now, we say that if we get the correction, we look for sell. Okay, do we need to look for buy within this range? The only times we can look for buy if the price sharply move and break this top, then give a correction, we can look for buy. And if we get the buy, it depends whether within, for example, this range, whether the traders are interested to buy or not. Okay, and if we get any buy, as long as the price come to this level, we need to start to manage it. All right, but for buy, the best things is if we get a bigger correction here. That means if we get a bigger correction, can give us a better trade setup for buy. But right now, we don't have any information. The only thing is if we get a correction, we can look for sell. And from there, we need to make a decision that sell is the one is going to test this low, or the price can drop, give us a bigger correction. If we get the correction here for the next move up, we cannot, I mean, if we get any sell, then next week we can look into the chart and we make a decision. And if the price reverse from here, we see whether we can look for buy or not. Anyway, in this case, we just follow the market, and if we get a sell, a correction here, we will be more interested in the sell to price drop one more. That means we will have a correction here before we look for buy. In this case, we just follow the market when the market open. Then if I see any changes or update, I will share on YouTube. Thanks.